appearance on Howard? You've never been here before.
Correct. I have met Howard. I was on Leno with Howard.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
So you guys are, here, you're gonna come right in here.
All right.
So you guys are close then?
Oh, Jesus. I wouldn't say we're close, but I met him.
So what are you expecting for your first appearance today?
I don't know. I found that Howard was very nice. He came back to my dressing room and, you know, said hi to friends that were with me, and very kind. And I felt like he turned it on a little bit when we got on the show, which was cool. I expected that. I don't know what to expect.
You a little nervous, though? A little worried at all?
Not really worried. I get a little nervous whenever I have to talk to people, you know, but not extremely nervous.
So it's nothing, you know, that Howard can bring up that, you know, would throw you for a loop?
I don't know.
Nothing at all?
I will see. I'm not worried about it. You know, if I don't like something, I just don't talk about it.
All right.
All right.
Well, we'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, great.
Thanks, Toby.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right, come on, let's get Spider-Man in here.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire. I got 1,000,001 questions. I want to go through the whole friggin' thing with this guy.
Yeah, he's going to be grilled.
Think of the poontang. This guy, Tobey Maguire. Hey, Toby, nice seeing you. Oh, what do you got there? Some Spider-Man junk?
Web blaster.
Oh, Web Blaster.
Oh, no,
Let me put it on for the interview. Thank
blasters?
you. You get a piece of this action or what?
Of course.
Oh, the Web Blaster.
Merchandise. That's what
See.
Hey, Toby. When I saw the movie, I wish I had been wearing my Web Blaster. That's my biggest disappointment.
Well, I tried to get you invited to the premiere because you said you would wear the Spidey suit.
I would have worn the Spider-Man outfit. When I saw you at the Tonight Show many years ago, I was doing the Tonight Show. You were there. You were doing well.
You said there was some kid there. I don't know who it was.
There was some kid. You were doing all right, but I never thought that you would become Spider-Man, which is the dream job of all time, is it not?
It's pretty great.
Get close to that microphone. I don't want to miss a word of what you got to say.
All right.
I think we got Peter Parker this morning. That's
Yeah. I want to hear Spider-Man. Now, first of all, you had to sign an agreement that you would be available for at least 2 more Spider-Mans.
Correct.
So you're going to be at least in 3.
Right.
That's very good.
Will you be like Michael Keaton and go, oh, because the franchise is going to be very successful. To me, as an actor, to be in this franchise, you could end up making hundreds of millions of dollars.
You could rule show business.
Will you stick with the franchise? Or will you be like Michael Keaton and go, oh, I can't do this. Meanwhile, Michael Keaton can't even get a good movie now.
Yeah, I haven't seen a Michael Keaton movie in a while.
There is
what
no
about
such
it?
thing.
Are you afraid of getting typecast, or are you going to embrace being Spider-Man?
I'm embracing it. I'm not really afraid of being typecast anyways, but I'm excited to do the next one.
Yeah. When do you start shooting that?
Early next year. January, February, March, somewhere in there.
Is it going to take another 5 years to get the next one out?
I think the intentions are about 2 years till it's released.
My biggest problem is they should really release them like comic books, at least 1 a year.
Yeah.
They really should roll them out and get it going.
Why do we have to wait?
There's enough good stories, and then you can concentrate on different things. If you get it becomes too big. It's, in a sense, there's so much hype.
It is, but it takes a while to make these things. So, but they did it with Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. I think they're doing them 1 a year.
How long does it take to shoot a Spider-Man movie?
We shot for about 5 months, but there's a whole prep time, and then all the computer stuff afterwards takes a while.
What'd you do? You do special workout? Because when you finally turn into Spider-Man, you're muscular as hell. Well, how did that work? How do you get that size?
I worked out for 5 months, 6 days a week, up to 4 hours a day.
And do you eat more food when you do that?
Had a nutritionist, and I was eating 4 to 6 meals a day, lots of protein.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't seem to get pumped up myself.
Well, you
like
haven't
me.
devoted this much time to it. You know, it's got to become a job.
And how many hours a day do I need to devote to get pumped up?
You know, a couple hours a day, probably.
Yeah.
All right, I got a million questions for you. You got to take me through it.
Okay.
First of all, and then I'll challenge you to a Spider-Man quiz, and we'll see how you do.
I think you're going to beat me from what I hear.
Yeah, I'm good. So you're telling me that you signed up for the first one. I read you got a reported $4 million for doing the first movie. Is that true?
I can't discuss those.
$4 million for being. I would have done it for free.
How many
Nice.
movies is Sam signed up for?
Sam Raimi's signed up for at least the next one.
Right.
Okay, so, all right.
And so you sign up for it, and the next 2 you're going to make a reported. This is amazing.
What's the big jump? What's the salary increase?
I got it right here in front of me. Hold on a second. Tobey was paid $4 million for Spider-Man. Will reportedly earn $26 million for the sequels.
Oh my God, that surpasses
Wow.
Tom.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not you, though.
Wow,
No,
$26 million.
Still getting more.
That's an insane amount of money.
You did one of the coolest moves I ever heard for a guy. If I was an actor, I would have done the same thing.
What is this?
After you appeared in Cider House Rules, after you appeared in Wonder Boys, which are two successful films that certainly proved you could act, you did the coolest thing that I think in terms of getting poontang. You went back to acting class. If that isn't the greatest move ever to get quality poontang.
Class.
When you're in two hit movies, this is what you know. What I'm thinking.
I mean, you know, they're huge. They're on the big screen.
Sweet.
Major releases.
When you show up at acting class, there's tons of hot chicks who only want to be in the movies, and now you've become a movie star. You went back to acting class. Did you get? Be honest with me. Did you get laid like crazy when you did that?
I guess the answer is yes.
I think that's the
Why else
greatest
would
thing.
you do it?
Why
where
else
did he
would you
go?
do it? Where did you go to acting class? What campus?
What junior high?
What campus did you raid? Really?
I went to this woman, Janet Alhanti.
You're not
back in
talking
LA.
about private acting class. You were in a class.
he was in a class.
I went to a class. There was another class I went to for a while, David LeGrant as well, and there are, you know.
How old are the chicks when you go there? Basically, are they teenagers or
Are they
a
the
little older?
models trying to break into acting?
How many models are in those classes?
21 tops.
Not a lot of models. There's, you know,
Model caliber,
a
though.
real big age range, and yeah, there's some beautiful women in there for sure.
Vey.
Yeah.
And would they go, oh my, and then like even the teacher hasn't been in Cider House Rules, so
Right. How can he? Doesn't he get a little shaky when you walk in?
how can he criticize you?
Oh, this was a woman, and you know, she's worked with lots of people, so.
Really?
But when they critique you, do you go, well, in Wonder Boys we did something different, but
Yeah, I mean, but you know best,
Right.
Teach.
fine. I'm sure in your community theater play you did
Right.
something different, but
They're probably critiquing the movies you've been in.
yeah.
You know what? I've always fantasized that I'll go back to college.
Oh God! And then know what you
know what I
should have known
Well,
then.
no, hey, I'm Howard. Say, Howard Stern's in our class. He's got to get tons of hot young
It's
chicks.
the equivalent of you going to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Yeah, but I don't know if they have hot chicks at the
I
Connecticut
was
School
there.
of
They got a
Broadcasting.
couple of
Probably
hot
not
chicks.
the same.
They're
Really?
criminals, but they're hot
They're
chicks.
criminals. But why would you want to be a student? Why would you just want to be the professor?
No, because then you have an ethical thing. I'm not supposed to pay my students. I'm going back as a student.
Oh, you have ethics.
Yeah, I'll put a beanie on and go back to college. So I'm thinking of doing it back to school, kind of like Rodney
Yeah,
in the
right.
movie. Yeah, that would be great. All right. Now, we had Freddie Prinze Jr. in here. He thought the role was locked up for him. He thought he was going to be Spider-Man. You loved Spider-Man and wanted that part, though.
Yeah, I
That's the
wanted
part
that
you
bad.
wanted.
Oh, my
You wanted to be
God.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I wanted that. I learned how to reading Spider-Man comic books.
Did you? I love Spider-Man too. Did you talk to the director Sam
yeah,
Raimi?
I spoke to him. I was the first person he met actually, and I don't know. It didn't work out.
Did you have to audition?
I didn't read. They wouldn't actually give me time. I was making a movie while we were doing it, and everybody kind of let me know that it was kind of my flick, but everyone except the director.
Right.
So, and they're like, yeah, it's yours. Don't worry. And I
Well,
was
maybe
like,
that hurts you that everyone said, "Oh, it's his."
I
But
think
the
it may
director
have
wants him
made
to
him
put his own
mad.
stamp on
Yeah,
it.
I think he had his own idea. His own vision was kind of Tobey, I think, from the beginning. And
Yeah.
I think people tried to kind of force me down his throat. But Tobey's an awesome actor, so I mean,
Yeah,
that's,
Toby's good,
that's not arguable. But I'm pissed I didn't get it. But
right? But
he's
you will
good
go
actor.
see the movie.
Absolutely.
But it is a dream job. Were you competing with a lot of guys, or was it just right from the get-go you were going to be Spider-Man?
In Sam's mind, I think I was the guy, but the studio wasn't sold on me immediately.
And when they weren't sold on you, isn't it true he went and shot some film with you to prove to them that you'd be a good Spider-Man?
It was a bit of a process, but first we did like an audition on videotape in a little room, and they got it. Took them a couple weeks to see it. And
Were you insulted?
my ego was rubbed a little bit, you know.
I mean, you've done enough work. I mean, they could certainly rent Cider House Rules or Wonder Boys and
Sure.
see how you act.
Sure.
And yet who did they want in the role? Who were they suggesting?
I don't know. I heard so many names, but it was all rumors as far as I knew.
But this was the role you wanted.
I wanted to do it, and they saw the tape, and they said, well, we know he can act. We want to see him do an action scene.
Right.
So we did a proper screen test, and I wore a blue unitard. And you know, the unitard compresses your muscles, so
Right.
you couldn't see definition. I was in pretty good shape, so I peeled the thing down and tied it off of my waist and did the fight scene topless.
Smart move for like you're talking about a $30 million payday and everything else. I would take my goddamn
You
top
get
off
completely
too.
naked.
Do what you got to do.
Someone told me they wanted Jude Law, Chris Klein, and Leonardo DiCaprio. Those were some of the names being bantered about, but or is it bandied about?
Bandied.
Bandied about. I don't know. I'm so damn excited.
Howard, you know who else they were talking about?
Who?
Chris O'Donnell.
Chris O'Donnell.
Oh, Robin?
Robin from Batman? How freaky would that have been? I could see Jimmy J.J. Walker before Chris O'Donnell. So you do this audition and they tap you to be Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
You go on the set. You actually fell in love with Kirsten Dunst. Now, Robin thinks Kirsten Dunst was a bad choice, says she's not pretty enough to be Mary Jane. In the comic, Mary Jane is a model. In a sense, you're right.
She is not the girl next door. She is the pretty girl who is trading up on her looks.
There you go.
That's
angry.
who she is.
I think Kirsten Dunst did a fine job. I think it was realistic. I thought you were terrific in the movie. A great Peter Parker.
Thank you.
You did a great job. Because it's not an easy role to pull off. Because a lot of people have expectations.
Yeah.
You did a great job.
Yeah, there's a big fan base out there.
Huge.
Yeah, I thought Kirsten was good. I did. I think she's a good choice. It shouldn't be too hot a chick.
Well, I'll tell you, we read with a lot of girls, too, and she was by far the best actress. And also, I think she's very attractive. I mean...
You banged her in real life.
Yeah.
Well, he's
Of course
got
you
to
do.
say it.
You
yeah.
got to say that.
Come on.
Oh, I read you. It's almost
in my
impossible.
mind, she was the only girl there.
It's almost impossible to be on these movie sets and not fall in love with. You're thrown in with these attractive women. How long does it take you to bang Kirsten on the set of Spider-Man? I mean, it's exciting. You're now a multimillionaire. And she is very wealthy. You're both good-looking people. You've gotten this incredible role. You've beaten the odds. When do you do it?
I'm saying it took a week.
I'm saying before they started shooting, when you were just kind of rehearsing, you almost fell in love instantly. Isn't that
He was
true?
almost over it by the time they started shooting.
Yeah, you probably broke up during the movie.
Like after a long day of rehearsal, you say to her, "I got an acting class I got to get to." So,
And when you answer this question,
Yeah.
tell me if you ever banged her in your costume. Go ahead. Well, come on, let's get down to it. Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and say that we were friends.
Oh, dude, you're killing me. What are you talking about? Everyone. In fact, there's a guy on my phone said he saw you making out with her in a club. Hold on, I'll get this guy. Yeah, Mike, go ahead. What's up? You're on with Tobey Maguire, the
You're
Stars.
freaking busted. You were sitting right in front of me at the Coldplay show at the Wiltern in L.A., and you had your hands all over her, dude. Give it up. You're right in front of me. You're
Look at that
busted. You had
grin.
a Tennessee hat on.
Pow!
Wow, Tobey Maguire making out
Exactly.
with Kirsten Dunst.
Dude, you were all, I was throwing up. You were all over her that day.
Yeah, get a room.
He's the czar of making
Welcome
out.
to my
He's
fans.
czar
The whole
of
row and
Kirsten
back,
Dunst.
you couldn't stand it. It's bad enough that, like, you look like a janitor, but then you bring her to the show, and you're making out the whole time, man. Come on.
Yeah, we
Did
need
they
answers.
see the show, or did they just make out?
Did you see the show, or were you so busy making out that you didn't even see the show?
Coldplay? Yeah, I saw Coldplay.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Now, so that's exciting, huh? You got her.
Man. How long before you banged Cliff Robertson?
I was surprised to see Cliff Robertson in the movie.
Yeah.
Good for him.
I thought the spidey web was his hair. Where'd they get that
was
tube?
the first web that Spidey.
No, when I met you,
fun.
I met you a couple of years ago at the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
You were like almost engaged to this chick. And
Who was that?
I think some regular girl.
She didn't even have a movie
move.
career.
No film career. And I turned to you, I believe, and I pulled you aside. I said, "What are you doing? I hardly know you, but what are you doing?"
Pulled me aside. You did it on the air.
I did.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to be nice about it.
Pulled me aside. You said, "What are you doing?"
Well, you obviously took my advice.
I think it's difficult for me to, commit myself to a woman just because I'm so busy.
Well, you're also becoming, you know the level of poontang you're going to get now that you're Spider-Man?
Now, did Charlize Theron even look at you inside her House Rules?
Oh, yeah. We want to know. Did you have anything romantic going on with Charlize Theron? I think she's the hottest chick I've ever seen.
She's very beautiful, and I did not know she had a boyfriend at the time. Not that that would have made a difference, but...
Of course not.
You
got to go for it.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do.
We didn't, no.
I don't know.
Now you could get her.
You could get her now.
Yeah, maybe now I could.
That's a phone call away.
You could.
That's a phone
really
call
freaky.
away.
You could get her attention.
Have you met her?
No.
She's very cool, too. Very funny girl.
Oh, she would hate me.
Why did you say that?
But I would tame. I want to do a remake of that movie that
Swept Away?
Swept Away. Me and Charlize Theron. I take her to an island. I'm a deckhand on a boat. The boat crashes on an island. She's a very rich, spoiled bitch.
Right.
And I tame her ass on the island and bang her silly.
Make her beg you.
Me and Charlize Theron. People would flock to the theaters. It'd be bigger than Spider-Man.
Now, talk about casting. That's perfect casting.
That's right.
I'll see that.
You must be exhausted from banging starlets.
Really?
Someone told me you got, the hell was it?
Who?
You were nailing, I'll think of it. Like somebody's daughter. Quincy Jones's daughter. Oh, man.
Kadita?
Kadita? Or Rashida?
Rashida?
I don't know their
Mamacita.
names.
Shirley?
Toyota?
Shirley Jones?
You're doing good.
Good for you.
You're living. Where are you from?
Los Angeles.
Oh, so you grew up out there.
Yeah, I was born there. But I didn't grow up in that kind of scene.
Mm-hmm.
What is it, Gary?
You know, he was part of that that whole posse of Leonardo DiCaprio and David Blaine. I mean, those guys must just get the top of the line.
Yeah. Now, how do you get involved with those creeps?
Bunch of punks.
Are you really good friends with Leonardo DiCaprio?
I've been friends with him for years, like 11, 12 years.
Is it hard hanging out with him in a sense? Because I mean, now that you're Spider-Man, forget about it. You'll be
Well,
fine.
yeah, you're on his level.
But I have even talked to David Blaine about this. He said, hanging out with Leonardo DiCaprio, my whole identity got lost. I became Leonardo DiCaprio's friend and part of his posse, and it was very upsetting.
Screw that.
That didn't bother you.
You don't find that bothersome?
I've always been the like independent, quiet one, and I keep myself separate in terms of like press and all that, and you know, otherwise I'm just his friend. And I understand what David's saying. There's definitely, he gets a lot of attention. You know, the guy's very magnetic. He's like Marlon Brando or something. You know.
He's gotten fat, yes.
I was going to say, let's hope not.
Marlon Brando couldn't act. That's who he'd be.
No, but he's
No, but in a sense,
out,
you've
Leo's
accomplished
okay. Yeah,
stuff
whatever.
in your career, and then suddenly you go out with this guy, and everyone's asking him for autographs, and everyone's crowding
Yeah,
around
he
him.
sucks the air out of the room.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, you almost start to feel devalued.
it's good. You know, it's
Humbling. You like that experience?
yeah, I like it. You know.
Now that you're Spider-Man, don't you feel also, I was reading an article in Sports Illustrated how professional sports, particularly basketball, is out of control. Guys have such a big posse of people an entourage who walk around with them that it's almost crippling professional sports. Now, you come here today with what, 20 people?
No, not 20.
Almost 20. The whole green room
He
is
has a
almost filled.
huge entourage.
Yeah, who is in your entourage?
There's like 6 people here. But, you know, my manager, he suggested I come on the show here. And
Right.
we actually asked you guys if I could come on the show.
Absolutely.
So he came with me. And a couple of my buddies came who are big fans as well. So
Right.
It's not like you usually travel around.
right, people wanted to come here.
What is it, Baba Booey?
There's a publicist, personal publicist, movie publicist. There's probably more like about 10 people
Yeah,
here.
it's crowded with evil show business people in there.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Our poor intern in the wheelchair couldn't get by because the publicist was in the way.
Oh, dear.
Let's go to George. George, you're on the air with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, there's a Spider-Man question.
Yeah.
Who killed Peter Parker's parents?
Who killed Peter Parker's parents?
Good one.
Yep.
Who do you want to have answer that?
Who's got that?
I'll let Toby try, but I mean,
I think it was Raid.
Raid.
Who killed? You know the answer to that? Who killed Peter Parker's?
I don't know that. I only know, I don't know from the comics, but there was some stuff in the script about them dying in an airplane crash or something, which I don't know if that's the case.
I don't even think I know that.
You know, Howard, I don't know who's smart about Spider-Man because Toby told me that, I can't say now.
What?
What?
One of the villains, I think you got the name wrong. The Gremlin, he says, is called the Hobgoblin.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. No. Isn't the green? Eventually, what will happen in Spider-Man is that the son, your best friend, eventually will become like his father.
Correct.
And I thought he's called the Gremlin.
I think he's called the Hobgoblin.
You're right. I think he might be the Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
So
Howard,
but I
you're
want
wrong.
that. I'm one up on
Yes.
Howard already.
Yes, he is.
I want
And
that.
you've been saying that for several days. You've been on for several days.
Test me on Superman and Batman. All right.
Well, Howard, on line 28 is a guy who has some great
All right. We'll see how you do, buddy. All right. We're on with Tobey Maguire. Spider-Man opens this Friday in theaters everywhere. They've done a brilliant job of
Marketing
publicizing
and
it.
Unbelievable. Jeffrey Amer just crushed this.
What do you think will be the opening weekend gross? Because that is
Do
important.
you think about things like that?
I'm definitely curious.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see on this just because of the anticipation. And, you know, people talk about it all the time.
I think they'll do $100 million.
They got it.
Oh, I don't know about that.
What's the highest gross of all time?
Harry Potter.
What did
And
they
what
do?
was that, 100-something, right?
No, I think it was like just shy of 100. I'm
96
not,
or something like
I
that.
guarantee you'll hit 100 on this. It's got to be.
What a
With
dirty
all the
work,
hype,
though.
you got to.
I think you're gonna. And plus, it's a good movie. I
It's a
thought Harry
great
Potter
movie.
was a good movie,
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
but I think this is bigger hype.
Yeah, and a better movie.
You get a piece of the back.
Definitely.
Yeah,
There
you
you
get a
go.
piece of the back end.
Nothing significant.
He's going to get a lot of back end.
Not
now.
this one. How,
Second
what is
one,
it?
though.
Next one, you get all the points.
I do okay. If I do all 3 films, I do okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll be worth $100 million.
Some tells me you got a lot of back end already out of this movie.
Yeah, he's not like Jason from Halloween. He doesn't have to save his mask for extra
That's
cash.
so funny.
Yeah.
Did you take home one of the spider suits?
No, I didn't even ask, which I should have.
Because I heard 4 got stolen.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We had over 20 of them, though, so.
Man, it's a cool outfit. The costuming is real good. I mean, if I had one criticism of the film, I thought that Willem Dafoe's character should have had a mask that moved a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we tried to bring him to life a little by, you know, being able to see his mouth and having the eyelids open.
Yeah, make him a little more organic.
Yeah, which was good, though. I thought in a couple of the scenes you get to see him.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Hey, Gary, I can barely hear you. Who changes the levels on it?
I don't know.
Well, go ahead.
You know, the suits were $100 grand each, and they had 24 of them, so it's $2.4 million just on the suits.
Yeah, what's the budget on that thing?
That's not quite accurate, but it is expensive. I don't remember what the exact budget was, but
Do they have a great craft services table when you're working on a Spider-Man?
pretty good. Although I couldn't graze there.
Because you had to watch your weight.
Yeah, I had to stay in shape.
And in fact, probably everybody's watching you when you walk by.
Right.
Because the whole movie hangs on
right,
you.
exactly.
Now, we heard, according to Autograph Magazine, you are the worst guy to approach for an autograph. Why?
And he's proud of
You
the
were
title.
voted the worst. Now, and why? What is that all about?
Well, that's because in L.A., as I, get out of my car to go eat at a restaurant, people are standing there who sell autographs, trying to
Right.
get my autograph. I'm just not interested in signing those autographs. I mean, if a little kid wants an autograph or someone who's really a fan, or if I'm working, I'm at an event, I'll sign some autographs. But if I'm, like, living my personal life and people who want to make some money off of my signature, I don't really take any time for
Are
that.
you like me? If you're around hot chicks, you will sign autographs to make yourself
You
look
want
good?
the attention?
I think it's just the opposite.
See, I do.
If you don't sign them, you look even cooler.
You think? I'll have to think that through.
Yeah.
I'm always grateful for my fans to coming up and
Yeah.
asking me for an
No,
autograph
of
in front of
course.
hot chicks.
I know that on a number of occasions you have said, nobody bothered me, and it was a real bummer when you were trying to
Yeah. Yeah, people were being very respectful, and I hated it.
Yeah.
Because then, I'm very insecure. I
hear
need
you.
to show. Yeah, I need to show people.
But
I would
fans are
pay people
different.
to ask me for an autograph.
It's different if it's a fan, somebody who really is a fan, rather than someone who just wants to make some money.
This really sucks because I brought in my Wonder Boys ticket stub for Toby to sign. And
Well, you're going to turn around and sell it,
I
then.
wasn't
Just a
no.
kid. He's
Because you're a
just
degenerate
kid.
I was going
gambler.
to frame it.
So, all right, let me let the fans get a couple of questions
right.
in. All right. All right, go ahead, Eric.
Hey, how you doing, Howard?
Yeah.
I worked on a Spider-Man movie, and Tobey Maguire was kind of, he didn't sign any autographs. He ran away from a crew of kids, and, yeah, the kids surrounded his trailer screaming Spider-Man. Do you remember that, Toby?
I do, yeah, and yeah.
Man, it was kind of fun.
What do you want him to do?
What was that?
What do you want him to do about it?
I don't know, man. I think he could have been a lot cooler about it, you know what I mean? A bunch of kids.
Well, when
you know.
you're working, you're supposed to be.
Oh, no, this is at the
in
end
his
of the night.
defense, I worked on a movie. You don't have time for nonsense. You really do work.
Yeah, what were the kids doing there?
Yeah. Well, they were just, hanging around. It was in last year, and,
So how much is your autograph worth now that you're Spider-Man? It's got to be worth a fortune, right?
Yeah, I don't really know. What were you doing?
Yeah, well, why were you not busy working?
Who, me?
Were these a group of white children or black children?
It was kind of mixed, Hispanic, black.
Oh, then you
Oh,
gotta-
that's
then
why
you-
he stayed in.
Yeah, he was probably scared.
They were wild.
They were wilding his trailer.
Wilding all over the trailer. You can't be going out there. This guy's got a wallet.
Yeah, they thought he thought he was being attacked, sir.
He thought his trailer was going to lose the tires.
Toby, is that what happened? You saw a lot of black kids? And you
Close the windows, close the doors.
No.
Would you ever sign anything Toby Spider-Man Maguire? Never.
No, but sometimes I put Spidey down there if it's someone
You do.
who's like a fan of Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm going to need
Now,
that.
how do you see the future laying out here?
Yeah, what's our plan?
What's our plan?
Yeah, where do we go now?
Poon.
That we got all this power.
Not only, what kind of house you got now?
I just bought a house.
Nice, a bachelor pad.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I'm excited. I'm working on it now.
You still with Kirsten, or you seen some other chicks?
I'm a single man.
Are you?
There's going to be stewardesses running amok.
Is she going to be in the next movie?
Yes.
Have you
So
had,
now you have to go back.
Hey, vey. Have you had Carmen Electra yet?
She with Dave Navarro.
You would get her away from
But
him.
do you think there'll be a little bit of a problem now? You got to work with this person you used to have a personal relationship with.
I'm not admitting to that.
Yes, you are. Come on, dude.
They're friends, Rob.
Dude, you were making out with her in a concert.
It doesn't matter.
That's got to be. Give me a theoretical situation, your hypothetical situation.
Okay.
So let's say you're with. And by the way, if I was you, I'd bang Ashley Judd. You could get her.
She's
she
married
married?
now.
Big deal.
Doesn't
Like,
matter.
oh, yeah, that matters.
Everything's open.
I was married too. So just make a list.
Really? Just like it?
Hey, Frank did it.
Right, Spider-Man on the phone. Wait a second. So you're single, huh? Oh, that's exciting. So you're gonna. So tell me how it's gonna work. In other words, you bought this bachelor pad. I got a million questions.
And when you say you're working on it, what are you putting in the blackout shades and the button?
Yeah. Well, how big is the pad?
It's nice size.
We pay a couple of mil.
What, are you on a cliff somewhere overlooking the ocean?
You overlook the ocean?
I have a view. Really nice
Really?
view.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Hey, the chicks are gonna- Wow. Tennis court?
No.
No court?
Mm-mm.
Gonna put one in?
Don't have the room for that. Don't have the land.
Shocked. No pool?
I have a pool.
Got the pool?
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna be over there? Leonardo? Let's see how he deals
Another
now.
party house for you guys.
Don't invite those fruits over. Just get chicks. They're
Yeah.
taking up chick room.
Yeah,
Well,
why
now
have them?
You know what he wants to do?
Have your other loser friends who don't look so good.
Wait,
Yeah, like
you
us.
know what he wants to do, though?
Yeah, like Howard and Artie.
He wants to show Leo. Now he pulls all the way.
Right.
The girls are all over
Howard,
here, Leo.
just to put his
Isn't it-
situation in perspective,
Yeah.
my friends were excited when I got this job. Chick-wise, you know what I mean?
Isn't it going to be awkward, though, to be like, you get on a set with a woman, hypothetical situation, you get on a set with a woman, you fall in love, it's hard to, you're two actors, you're working together, it's very glamorous in a sense. You fall in love with the situation almost more than the person. And then the relationship cools down, you start to see that Kirsten Dunst or someone is just another person and then perhaps you don't get along with. Then it's got to be weird doing a movie with that person again.
Well, that's people say that's like the golden rule. You don't get involved with people you work with.
But everyone does.
But you and Robin, have you guys?
Sure, I bang Robin every day.
Yeah, but we've managed to, keep civil about the whole thing.
And me and Fred.
We act like we don't do it. I've done Fred 4 times. Ralph, you're on the air.
I just want to say, I saw Spider-Man again.
Again?
Already?
Yes.
Because he was at our screening.
Yeah.
And, it's a lot better. You got to see it again, Howard. It's a lot better the second time. The first time, you're so anticipating this movie because I'm a huge fan. But you see it a second time and you mellow out and you just kind of watch it, and it's so good. But, one thing, man, Howard, we were talking about those web shooters?
Yeah.
Wasn't it cooler in the comic that he made them?
I disagree. I agree with Sam Raimi's choice. That it would have it is sort of unbelievable in the story in the comic that Peter Parker suddenly developed this incredible web that could scientifically hold a human being up.
The spider venom make him smarter?
No.
It
It makes
did
him
not.
stronger, gives him spider sense, but also in the movie they changed it around and made it organic to Spider-Man that he could shoot a web.
Yeah, but it was so cool that he kind of sat in his room and he made these things, and it sort of made him embrace his
Well,
power.
he did make the costume.
He made the costume. That wasn't that exciting. It was more exciting when he started pressing on his hands and the
yeah, how'd
spider
you make
gunk
that
started
costume,
coming out.
Toby? That was pretty cool.
What was that?
How'd you make that costume? That was really
How
good.
did
They
Peter
just-
design that costume?
Yeah, that wasn't explained, but he is a
Sweet.
scientist.
Yeah, he worked with James Atchison, the costume designer, and came up with some really good costume.
There you go.
And Kirsten Dunst, why she wasn't like incredibly beautiful, she played the role really good.
She did.
She was great. I think she's terribly attractive.
Look, it
Well,
was
you banged
not
her. You gotta
Sophie's
say that.
choice.
Of course
It's
you
not
gotta
that
say that.
hard.
You know what? Kirsten doesn't even call me after interview. I heard you on Howard, and when you said I was incredibly attractive, I really appreciate it. You know, you're so sweet, Toby. All right, I'll bang you again.
See you at acting class.
Yeah, acting class. You gonna go back to acting class?
Go, bro. You gotta go now.
Now after Spider-Man, I'm definitely going. I'm going to go like visit lots of different acting classes, though. I'm going to audit classes.
Yeah, do some exercises, some improv exercises.
Yeah.
I agree with Ralph that Kirsten Dunst did a very good job. I like that she wasn't the, Julia
Overly
Roberts.
hot.
Yeah, overly hot I wouldn't have bought.
She would have been definitely the hottest girl in anybody's high school.
Right.
But she wouldn't grow up to be a model
know
like
where you
Mary
went to
Jane does
school.
in the comics.
Right. Exactly.
She's sexy as hell, I think. You don't think
Especially when she's wet.
Wait a minute. Oh, we have a question.
When she,
Is
oh,
that
that's a good
her
question.
body?
When she's wet and those big boobs.
Yeah, it's her body.
That is her body?
Yeah.
Oh, smoking hot. I
Did
said
she
that.
have
I told
prosthetic
everyone that was a
nipples on,
body
or
double.
Were those her nipples?
What?
Were those prosthetic nipples or were those her nipples?
Oh, come on.
Ralph.
I agree with it. That's a good question. I can't believe they were
Toby's
perfect.
not answering
I think that's a yes.
Are those implants on her? Are those real?
Everything on her is real.
Oh, seriously?
As far as I know.
especially her teeth.
Yeah, she should fix her
Her
teeth.
teeth are
She's got
very
yellow
real.
teeth, right?
The teeth bothered me.
She's got a snaggle tooth like Jewel.
Yeah.
And it's yellow on the side.
She'll fix that.
There's
What is
one
she-
tooth that's not going along with the others.
She'll be mortified when she sees the movie.
Did she cut down on the Newports or what? Jesus.
Hey, you know one thing that was really horrible in the movie?
What?
And it's going to be so outdated in 10 years because this movie's a classic. It's the second best comic book movie.
What's the first Batman, right?
Batman's
Yeah,
first.
Batman rules. It
Oh,
does.
Toby
But this
begs
is
to
right
differ.
up. That's right up there. This one's right up there.
Right up there.
It's great.
But is Macy Gray? I mean, I was hoping the Goblin was going to kill her.
Yeah.
That was bad.
That would have been cool if Macy Gray got killed by the guy.
Yeah, that was
was
just some
bad.
dopey guy at the studio who said, "Hey, let's put Macy Gray."
Well, he's trying to sell the soundtrack.
Is she on their label? Yeah.
Yeah.
She's probably on the Sony label.
Yeah, and there was other.
Sam probably tried to fight that off.
I thought the Dr. Pepper product placement was a little intense too.
Yeah, but that was so intense it was funny.
It was a funny bit, but yeah, product placement bothers me.
Yeah.
It's become too obvious.
Yeah,
Tacky.
but it's a great movie.
Great movie.
Yeah.
And
Man, you're in a great movie, dude.
I'm excited.
All that
about
other crap you done? What Cider House crap?
Yeah, that critical acclaim.
well,
forget about
whatever.
it.
great. Now
This is
give me
cool.
more crap, you know?
it. Nobody
You know
saw
why? You
that
played
stuff.
it real. You kept it real. You played it serious.
Keep it real.
In fact, he did a lot better job than Willem Dafoe. He went a little over the top. I have to agree with Robin on that. A little bit over the top.
Yeah, but
little
the
bit.
Goblin's got to be over the top.
He went a little bit over.
You know what I was really
I thought he was
impressed
good.
with him actually is the physicality. He would go from, he really changed his physicality for the different characters.
I
And
could have done that.
Yeah, but I think that's something that's missing from like younger actors. I was reading this article and it really made sense.
Uh-oh, he's
to me.
going back to school again.
Yo, Howard, by the
Wait,
way.
I want to hear this.
Yeah.
What's missing from younger actors?
No,
It's good.
that it's like it's more heady now and it's less physical. And you look at the guys back in the old days and it was very physical.
They're
People
afraid to use their bodies. They're
Yeah.
afraid they'll look bad. You're
Yeah,
right.
I think so.
Well,
You should give. You should tell Defoe though to go back to acting class. He can
Yeah,
get laid
tell
too.
him to get more into his head.
That's
I
what I'm
was reading
saying.
some stuff about Defoe playing the Goblin, and most of the time it was him, not even a stunt guy in the suit.
Well,
I mean,
that's
you could
good.
have anybody in that suit.
I heard Defoe is hung like a horse.
Yeah.
Is that true?
That's what I hear.
I didn't notice that.
I heard Toby was.
Really?
How'd you hear that?
There's an internet photo that goes around with him, and it's him and Leo and what, David Blaine. And they got
Yeah, and you
robes
guys are
on.
naked.
And Toby's robe is sitting
Your
over.
robe and Toby's hanging out of his robe. I saw that picture.
Is that real?
Where'd you find that? On Fruit.com?
I saw the picture.
I think it's a doctored. I mean, it's
Tell the
definitely
truth.
a
Is that
doctored.
you?
I don't know.
No, it's a doctored photo, but I think it represents me fairly accurately.
Really? Good
But
for you,
it is
dude.
Yeah,
doctored.
why would you say no? Yeah, that's me.
Why would I say no? That I'm like sitting there with my thing out with my friends. I mean, it's
Yeah, but it's
Yeah, that seemed kind
complimentary.
of gay.
Right.
but
Hey,
it's
you're taking it
complimentary.
deep.
Here's a couple of Spider-Man facts you might not know. Number one, I pointed this out that I saw in the credits. Lucy Lawless, who was the star of Xena, was in Sam Raimi's Xena. He was the executive producer, so he
Right.
put her in the movie, but he gave her like a
It
walk-on.
was kind of insulting.
He's
Yeah.
calling them
No,
cameos,
but
then again,
I
who's
think
she
that's an
anyway?
extra role.
Yeah.
No, but I think she was around New York, and Sam was like, "Do you want to do a bit?" You know.
All right.
There are a couple of other cameos.
Bruce
in it.
Campbell.
Bruce Campbell. Why does Sam Raimi put Bruce Campbell in every one of his movies?
I think they've been friends since they were teenagers.
Evil
Is that what it is?
Evil
Yeah,
Evil
they
Dead, I
started out
know.
with Evil Dead, and
And then Stan Lee is in it.
Stanley is in it.
Yeah, he runs on during the.
Which one was Bruce Campbell?
He was the
ring
announcer
Oh,
at the wrestling match.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Howard, don't you think like the Goblin, like at least in the beginning, should have been looked more like the comic book, kind of?
You know what, man? You got to chill out, dude.
See, this is what you're going to have to deal with.
Yeah, you know.
This is the worst so far.
No, Ralph came out of the movie. He goes, "Man, that was a great movie." He did, and he goes, "But I would have changed the costume, and I would have done." And I go, "Shut up!
Well,
Just
he's
enjoy
one
the
of those
movie."
nitpicking fans who could never make a film, but has a problem with everything.
Right,
he's done.
exactly.
No, I didn't have a problem. I'm telling you,
All right, enough of him. I had enough of him. All right, let's go to Scotty.
Good morning, Toby.
Good morning.
Howard, I have some questions here that you think you're an expert. You might be able to answer them.
Oh, this is the guy with the quiz.
All right, go ahead.
All right. What's Dr. Octopus's real name?
Dr. Octavius.
Otto Octavius.
Yeah. All right. So
You
there
got
you
that
go.
right. Hey, the previous caller was sort of right. Peter Parker's parents were killed. They were government agents, but what were their first names?
I know his father was Ben.
No, that's his uncle.
That's his uncle?
You better sit this one
I
out,
better
Rob.
sit back. Yes.
You know this?
I'm going to sit this one out, too.
Parents' name or what is it?
It was Richard and Mary Parker.
Christ.
What was Peter Parker's first girlfriend's name? And how did she die?
Gwen Stacy?
Right on, bro.
Well, how did she die?
Uh-oh.
I think it was similar to what we did in the movie with Mary Jane, wasn't it?
These are all based on the comic book,
Oh,
by
well,
the
you
way.
probably haven't seen it. This person hasn't.
I haven't.
No.
Right. Well, then I shouldn't
I'm
say.
trying to remember. I don't really remember.
But Toby's pulling ahead in this.
Hey, I knew Dr. Octavius.
You're right. You
Hey,
did
who is
know
the
it.
villain in the second one? Is it Dr. Octavius?
I can't say.
Oh, you can't?
No.
It should be. Don't
You
go.
don't know yet.
Don't do another.
That's a good villain.
Yeah, do Doc Ock.
Go on with your question.
It was Gwen Stacy, and she was killed by the Green Goblin. She was thrown off the George Washington Bridge in Amazing Spider-Man 122.
Oy
That's
vey.
2 for Toby.
I'm a little stronger with Superman and Batman, but go ahead.
Now you mentioned
Make it look bad.
Ben Parker was Peter Parker's uncle. What was the name of the burglar that killed him?
Oh, forget about it.
He was shot by a burglar.
See, you're
That
gonna be
Spider-Man
killing
had
me
a
on
chance
this.
to stop before, but didn't.
Right, but who knows his
Do you know
name?
the guy's name? This
is high
Toby?
level.
No.
This is a high-level quiz.
Man.
You're talking about a PhD in Spider-Man.
Yeah, right.
This is the official geekdom quiz. You
Who would know the
know that
robber's
one?
name?
What is the robber's name?
The robber's name was Dutch Malone.
That's right.
Jesus.
Howard, what
What if for the next Spider-Man, O.J. and Robert Blake take on Spider-Man? Make it reality-based.
That would be good.
Let's go get Spider-Man.
Come on.
Howard
I
puts
was bitten by-
O.J. and Robert Blake in every movie.
That's the name of that tune.
I was bitten by a radioactive spider.
Last night I was working on a bit where with O.J. and Robert
Yeah.
Blake. Yeah, I'm writing a movie.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's based on the sequel to Ghost, where Nicole and Bonnie Lee Bakley come back and haunt O.J. and Robert Blake. It's a brilliant movie. I'm going to talk to you about it. I might put you in it.
Great.
You gotta have bail money figured into the budget.
Spider-Man was bitten by a spider. I was bitten by a white woman.
Yes.
I got to kill her.
I got that white woman disease.
And William Shatner will make a cameo.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Howard.
One last question because
all right.
I'm looking.
Make it a good one.
Let me give you a good one here. What adversary of Spider-Man died by his own hand after being disgraced by Spider-Man repeatedly?
What foe of Spider-Man
Died by his own hand.
died by his own hand? David Blaine?
What issue was that? Do you know?
Well, he made his first appearance in Amazing Spider-Man number 15, so he's an old guy.
He killed himself.
Yes, he couldn't take it anymore.
You don't know this, Howard.
When did he kill himself? What issue?
Was it Harry Osborn?
No, it was not Harry Osborn.
Damn. Boy, dude, you know.
You know you both are flying.
Toby was kind of
Tom
right.
Landry?
Toby was kind of right before when he said he wasn't sure about the Goblin because there's been 3 of them. There was Green Goblin, Hobgoblin, and then Demo Goblin. So.
But is there a gremlin? That's
No, there's no gremlin.
All right, I made a mistake.
There
All
is a chameleon.
right, what's the answer?
It is Craven.
Craven
Get out.
the Hunter.
Craven the Hunter.
Wow, look at you. You're really getting into it.
That's what I thought it was actually.
You should have said it.
Because
you
he's-
would have looked like a hero.
Because he's a big game hunter and he goes after Spider-Man.
That's absolutely
He's the
right.
biggest game, Spider-Man, because the animals don't challenge him anymore and he gets shamed by Spider-Man.
Toby, do you know Craven's real name?
No.
It's Sergei Kravinoff.
Is it Sergei Kravinoff?
Yes.
Yeah, you got it, Howard. He beat me to it. All right, I knew that one. All right, thank you, sir.
You got it, Howard.
You know what, Howard? We still don't know the answer to the best Spider-Man trivia question ever.
Which is
though.
what?
How long did it take Tobey Maguire to bang Kirsten Dunst on the set?
Let's get back to it. I'm going to say before the principal of photography.
Yes.
I'm gonna say during,
In rehearsals.
Yeah, like in the meet and greet at the table read.
Nice.
Yeah, I think they started hitting it off right then and there.
I'm still working on it. Maybe after the third one, I'll get lucky.
Oh, please.
I think it happened 2 hours after someone said to Kirsten, you know, Tobey Maguire's playing Spider-Man.
I'm trying to retain like the good boy image, you know.
Maybe
it
we'll
works
have to
for me.
ask her this
I
question.
can't wait till Spider-Man takes on Count Kucherkakov, the Russian Count, which was one of my
Russian
favorite
villain,
villains.
yes.
Yeah, he's the best. He's Russian. That's what makes him great. So, Toby, what are we going to say? Let's sum up. What have we learned?
What are you working on now?
I'm looking around for something, and you know, I'll have Spider-Man next year, but I'd like to do something before then.
I can take a little break.
I haven't worked in a year.
Vacation? Did you take any cool vacations?
I went to Hawaii, and yeah, I travel all the
You
time.
bring a broad with you? Somebody's asking a broad. I ain't asking her name. You bring broads with you, or you go hunting for broads when you're on the vacation?
Don't bring sand to the beach.
What do? You go with a bunch of guy friends, and then...
I've been doing a lot of press, too, so I've been hitting different countries. We went to Australia and Japan and France.
How bad off is that broad you were dating when I saw you on The Tonight Show? She like completely pissed that you dumped her?
What happened
No,
to
I
her?
think she dumped me.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Right. Okay.
She's dating a roofer in
Did
Ohio.
Kirsten like Hawaii?
What's that?
Did Kirsten like Hawaii?
This guy.
This guy here, Stern.
guy,
What's with you, Stern?
hey.
Come
You're the
on.
man, boy. Good for you.
God bless
Hey,
you.
man, what can I say? You tell Sam Raimi to make me the next villain.
It should only happen to you.
It should only happen to me.
That's right.
But I get to play a
It's good.
superhero.
Well, you should do a cameo in the picture. You know.
No
It's New
cameo.
York. No,
I want to
you
play a
won't do
lead
it?
villain.
Right. Well,
I would be the Scarecrow in Batman.
big movie star.
Yeah. I want to get on that set. Let me get a little of that Kirsten. She fully shaved?
I'm probably gonna have another girl too on the next movie.
Oh, really? Who?
I don't know, but I'm just saying. I think we're gonna bring another girl in.
Nice.
Yeah, two.
Yeah.
Thank
Two.
goodness.
Not bad for Peter Parker. You know, everybody.
China?
Everybody.
China. Oh my goodness.
Peter Parker was the man.
No, but everybody says he's a nerd. But if you look back through the comics, he's got, you know, Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane Watson and Betty Brant.
Yeah,
and
yeah, he gets a
all
lot of
these
girls.
chicks.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
He's no nerd.
I'd like to play a villain called the Nose. Talk to Sam Raimi about that.
The Nose.
The Nose, and I attack with my big nose.
Yeah.
Well, earlier you were Needle Dick. Make up your mind.
All right, either Needle Dick or the Nose.
The Nose.
I'm up for either role.
Needle dick.
Needle Dick, your friendly neighborhood. And by the way, thank you for the Web Blaster.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to wear these proudly, and good luck. I think you're going to have a real big weekend with this movie.
Thank you.
Come back and see us again unless you get too big for this. I know Kirsten
Yeah,
Dunst.
we won't see him movie 2 and movie 3.
She wouldn't come in here and do the interview.
Oh, really? She
Oh,
said
really?
no?
You asked her?
Well, I think what happened was we were told that she has a problem with me.
Really?
Yeah, I must have done something.
I wonder what it could be.
I can't imagine.
Sorry,
I
Mr.
said she was good in
He's
the
always
movie.
been a fan.
Yeah, I loved her in Interview with a Vampire. Did it get freaky when you're banging her and like she's the chick from Interview with a Vampire? Did you like that movie?
You won't let up on me.
Come on. She's anti-Semitic though, isn't she?
Oh, dear.
No, not at all.
Or she doesn't like blacks. It was one of those. All right, whatever. Anyway, listen, you're a good guy. I like you.
Thank you.
You're a nice, humble guy. I see you haven't gotten carried away yet.
Not yet.
That's an important thing. Got a lot of fun ahead
You
of you.
know what this reminds me of, though? When James Cameron came in just before the release of Titanic.
Yeah. And then we
he
never saw him again.
But then
That's
he's
right.
shouting on stage, I'm
Yeah,
the
we-
king of the
King of the
world.
world.
Yeah. We never heard from him.
That was
again.
it. Where has he been?
He went berserk. Didn't he like dump the wife?
dumped
and
the wife,
his third
the new
wife.
wife,
yeah.
Yeah.
He took off with someone in the movie.
Oh, it's crazy. Don't let that happen to you.
You know who's
Really?
probably going to end up banging the Olsen twins when they turn 18?
Toby?
Tobey Maguire.
Oh, no.
How old are those girls?
Right now, they're just on the verge, and they're hot, and they're billionaires.
They're 16.
They're super
They're
rich. those
16.
girls, right?
In 2 years, you're going to be
Yeah.
banging them.
You can take them to like Brazil and do it right now.
Yeah. Why are you flying to Brazil?
Yeah, go there.
You got enough money now.
I'll just watch their schedule and see when they're going to be overseas.
What are you going to do with? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why fly them? You're smart. What are you going to bang both of them or just take out
And
one
I'll
of
just
them?
bump into him. Oh, hey, what a coincidence.
By the way, I don't want to seem like a pervert, but it's 214 days and 12 hours and 38 seconds before they turn legal age. Yeah, I don't want to seem like I'm obsessed. But that's going to be the move, the Olsen twins. Who's going to get their virginity? It's going to be either you or Leo, and right now you're in the lead. That's hot.
Yeah.
All right, well, hey, listen, I'm excited for you. You're a good guy. I like you.
Thank you.
And Spider-Man, good movie, man. I loved it.
You got to see it with an audience, Howard.
I did.
I mean, yeah,
I had 35 people.
Audience?
No, but you got to see it with like.
No, I don't.
No.
No, I don't see anything with an audience.
You don't?
No, I'm way too big.
Right.
I can't. The mobs of people would be all over me.
Yeah, they
but
wouldn't
don't
see
they
the
like?
film.
Don't they shut down balconies for you and stuff like that?
No, in a way, it would ruin the film experience for the fans of Spider-Man because
Right.
if I was there,
They'd be
they'd
so
only keep
distracted.
They'd watch me the whole time.
That's right.
Yeah, I ruined the McCartney concert when I was there.
How was
People,
that show? I'm going.
Phenomenal. Where are you seeing them?
Staples Center in L.A.
Let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to even go. I figured, he's not going to do any Beatles stuff. He's not going to do any Wing stuff. He's just going to do all that new crap.
Mm-hmm.
He went on there every song, kick ass, and the band he's with is tight as hell. You're going to see a great show.
I'm so excited.
One of the best rock shows I ever saw.
Try not to make out with Dunst in the middle of that.
Yeah. Don't ruin it for everyone. Don't ruin it for McCartney and take away his energy. Because I ruined it for him.
You did, right?
I made out with my girlfriend the whole time everyone was watching.
Everybody watched you.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin Spider-Man for the audience. I'm not going to go see it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a great movie, man. You did a great job. You should be real proud of yourself.
Cool.
Never mind those goddamn art films. You stick with Spider-Man, boy. That's the franchise. Good for you, man. Tobey Maguire, he's great in Spider-Man. We'll be back right after these words.
So, Toby, Howard wouldn't let you off the hook that easy on the cursing thing, huh?
I think Howard went really easy on me.
You think so? You think he
Well, I mean, he definitely didn't let me off the hook on that, but that's it.
What about, you think you can get any calls from her today about the whole interview?
I have no idea.
No.
Yeah.
Did you have a good time, though?
I did have a good time, yeah. I've always, when I met Howard before, I liked him, and, you know, he's good to me. He's easy on me.
All right, well, thanks for coming down.
Take care.
Benji!
There you go. There you go.
Marty, I defy you!
Damn
Spider-Man!
Spider-Man has the shaving thing again.
The gay goblin. Wait, gay goblin! Gay goblin! Come on. Ran out of juice.
You're out of juice.
We got more. We got more. I already blew out a canister. Gay goblin.
Howard, where's the box?
Gay goblin.
During the commercials, I hooked up my Spidey web blaster.
I got crazy in here.
And I attacked the gay goblin, KC.
Whoa.
I'm getting really good at shooting my web. I love all this Spider-Man junk. It's cool. I got a Spider-Man glove, and it shoots webbing.
Look at the studio.
Yeah, who cares?
You just made the biggest mess.
Hey, I'm doing it for my art.
And Artie has it all over his hair.
I know.
Artie, evil Artie.
Join me, Spider-Man. This stuff has got to cause some sort of disease.
I know. It looks more like bukkake. It looks like I bukkake'd you.
Really?